Yeah.
Yeah, we'll beat them. No problem.
Go take a dump on that field.
And then we get Wisconsin, Rutgers, Maryland to close out.
Did you see the nerve of Michigan to be cleating up the field before the game?
Devin Bush sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, just the disrespect.
And then he gets hurt on the second fucking play of the game.
Yeah, good. You deserve that.
Yeah. Like, there's a difference between, like, when Baker Mayfield planted the flag or, like, when Bobby Knight's throwing fucking chairs across your floor.
Yeah, that's passion in the moment. But, like...
You're literally damaging the crowd.
Like, beforehand. Like, there's nobody there to see you doing it. Like, I hope you feel better about this internally. And you're lucky the camera got you.
This is not necessarily as bad, but on the same level of dipshit asshole as whoever it was that poisoned that oak at Auburn.
Yeah,
you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's just real dicky.
Or like the Virginia Tech people who spray painted the T on Virginia's turf. Like, come on, man, someone worked really hard on that fucking field.
Yeah.
Come on, don't be an asshole. Fuck, I hate when people do stuff like that. Anyway, Penn State looked really fucking weak. Not looking forward to these next couple of games. Tony, you have a rant about a couple of people, right?
Yeah. And actually, you know, Bush is a good word to start it. If you're going to be a piece of shit in sports, just own it, okay? This is where I have a problem. If you want to be the bad person, like certain people did it. Chad Ochocinco, own that shit. Terrell Owens at times, own that shit, okay? Manny Machado sitting here, I don't think I'm a dirty player. What? Dude, you deliberately lifted your cleat after you were clearly going to be out on a guy who's catching a ball in another direction and spiked him in the back of his thigh, and he's been out for 2 years. You were a piece of shit then, and you were a piece of shit when you stepped on Aguilar in the last fucking NLDS, okay? We know your MO. We know you didn't just happen to try to run through first base. If you're going to be a piece of shit, own it. Same thing goes for someone like Rajon Rondo. Oh, I didn't spit in his face. I have no doubt that you probably spit in his face. You're the same kid that kicked somebody in the head in college, you piece of garbage. What the fuck are you talking about? And I don't mean like the guy was on the ground. I mean Rajon Rondo lifted his foot up and kicked a standing man in the face in a college game. Yet we're complaining about Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen at least owns the fact that he's a piece of shit. Okay, he's willing to admit, yeah, I'm an asshole. I do these things. I fuck with people. If you're going to do it, then own it. There's a reason that Machado got traded away at the end of the season because he's being a pain in the ass and they can get something for him. It's a reason Rajon Rondo has been on God knows how many different teams within the last 6 years. Dude, you were in Sacramento and they didn't want you, okay? If you're going to be a piece of shit, just own it.
Exactly. Really quickly, going back to Michigan.
Hopefully Bush owns it because he's a piece of shit.
Did you hear what Chase Winovich said at the end of the game? A reporter came over and was talking to him, and he said, you know, sometimes little brother starts acting up. You got to put him in their place.
I mean, good response. But
Chase Winovich.
You play for a team
that farce.
During the game was supported, live tweeted by the former president of Iran. So how great do you feel about the institution you go to?
I don't know.
Just another reason why your state and your university sucks.
Pretty damn good, I guess. Okay, I have one last topic I want to get to before we get to the picks and then end the show.
I think my rant the last week of the college football season is going to be, I'm going to come up with every reason why the Michigan sucks.
Do it.
Like, not just the school, like the state, everything.
Flint, all you need to know, they don't have clean drinking water.
That, obviously, it's on the list. They can't even have good drinking water. That's how bad Michigan is.
Asshole Governor Snyder. Right there. The guy's last name proves he's incapable of doing well.
The only business that you were ever successful with had to be bailed out.
That's a good point.
And you celebrated it by putting on a fucking building.
What is your state most known for? The Malice at the Palace.
Yeah. The most entertaining thing your basketball team has done in the last decade is get into a fight.
No. Oh, yeah, last decade. No, that's longer than a decade ago now. It's got to be.
Whatever. same relevance still holds.
No, because when Chauncey Billups, Koros Williamson, Rip Hamilton, they were fun to watch.
The most that city's infrastructure has been upgraded has been Comerica Park.
That's a good point. That is true. Oh, there's Little Caesars Arena.
Is that still around?
It was just built.
For who?
I don't know.
Then why?
I don't know. I don't know.
That seems like a real Detroit thing to do.
So, I came to this realization that Drew Brees is just fucking brilliant. He's so good. Why isn't he getting treated in the same vein as Peyton and Rodgers and Brady when, like, every major stat he fucking owns now? I have my theory. If he was 6'3", 250, he would be in that. Well, maybe not 250, 235. He would be in the conversation. It's because he's short.
I don't know that that's necessarily true. And the reason I say that is just because, one, he's always been a very humble and quiet individual. Mm-hmm. He's never been boisterous in almost any way. And part of it also, I think, is the system that he plays in. He played in a system that it was known that we are going to air it out on you always, forever. It doesn't matter who our running back is. We're airing it out on you. So maybe the dome also has something to do with it. But again, I just think he's quiet. Maybe it's his height, but I also think that with people who know what they're talking about, he does get the recognition he deserves.
Exactly.
The people that are overlooking him are the people that don't understand greatness when they see it.
It's a good point. There was this guy who fancies himself a genius of sports and now of music as well, who said that Drew Brees can't be considered great because he's only got one Super Bowl.
Come on, Mookie. Why are you swinging a junk?
I don't agree with that at all, for the simple fact that you cannot measure individual success by a team sport. If the Dodgers don't win a World Series, are we going to say Clayton Kershaw wasn't one of the best pitchers we've ever seen?
No, I mean, that being said, both of the guys that are on the mound right now are two of the greatest left-handers we've seen in this generation of baseball.
Oh, Chris Sale scares me. What the fuck was that?
That was beautiful.
Jesus Christ. How did you not stretch that to a double?
I think Benintendi thought he was going to pick it up. This is the World Series, for God's sakes. You didn't get here playing like that. That's what the Orioles do.
God damn it. Oh, yeah, he's jogging. He's like, yeah, it's a single. No, I got it. No, I don't. Okay.
He's like, Jesus.
Yeah. I thought he was an adult.
Yeah, no, clearly he needs one back there.
Yep. Oh, shit.
Jesus. Anyway, well.
Oh, man.
I
think Drew Brees' height, because a lot of people say, well, what he's doing...
You're talking about the championship argument. You said the championship argument. I don't think that that's fair either. What? Because Manning got two with two different? Favre had his success in Green Bay. When he left and went anywhere, it didn't matter. I mean, you could make the argument that Drew Brees has meant more to the city of New Orleans than almost any other person of New Orleans has in the last 50 years.
Ever.
Yeah, I mean, because the team was garbage. But, I mean, again, anybody who's going to give you that argument, underestimates how hard it is to win a Super Bowl. Not everybody gets a situation like Brady where everything's given to you, or at least you cheat to get it.
Seriously, I hate the argument of, oh, well, you don't have the championships. It's a team sport. Like, if you want to say that you can't consider Andy Murray one of the greatest tennis players because he doesn't have the singles championships, or same thing with Andy Roddick or Marty Fish, that they don't have it. First of all, I'm going to argue, but no one else in the history of tennis ever had to face Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal at the same time.
Dude,
the other argument,
this is like me talking golf to you. You're just making up names as far as I'm concerned.
What? What are you talking about? Anyways, golf is the same way. Like, those are individual sport. You control what you do.
Yeah, there's certain people that have only won one event, but it doesn't make them one of the best golfers in the world.
Right. So, to argue that an individual can't be the best of all time on a team that didn't win a Super Bowl is complete bullshit. I want you to tell me that Charles Barkley was not fucking incredible.
I'll give you
Dan Marino
I'll
was
give
not
you
one of the
a
best
comparison
quarterbacks.
that actually works well in golf, actually. So everybody knows Arnold Palmer and everybody knows
Yeah, the T Lemonade guy.
Nicholas.
Oh,
Because they went back and forth, right? At that time, there was, and I know this only because, again, the name. There was a golfer by the name of Bobby Casper. Bobby Casper competed in more playoffs against Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer than anybody else. He was there at the end of Masters tournaments and major tournaments all of the time. And he is overlooked because he didn't have the major wins. But you're telling me a guy who made it to compete against them and did have a number of major wins, but not necessarily the same number, wasn't clearly one of the best of that group just because of the fact that he was overshadowed by two of arguably the greatest golfers of all time.
seriously. Yeah.
But yet he competed with them and put them into playoffs and did win majors against them. That still he still had a very, very good career and should be considered one of the best to do it. But he's overshadowed because he didn't win as many of the big ones.
Exactly.
That's anybody who tells you that argument, that's safe. Anybody who tells you that argument is foolish.
I completely agree. I don't think it is fair, nor do I think that it is
And
logical.
that's how you slide without being a dick.
I don't think it's fair or logical to argue that an individual can't be great because a team is not.
I 100% agree with you. I don't know what argument you have. How many records? He's going to set every single quarterback record by the time he's done, with the exception of probably wins and championships. And he's walking into the NFL Hall of Fame. They're probably already making bust.
Probably are.
So anybody who tells you that, it does because he doesn't have the championship, go study some stats and take a lap.
Seriously. Yeah. Do you know? If you want to use this argument, the greatest fucking basketball player of all time is Bill Russell.
Yeah,
Right?
an argument can be made. Yeah.
Yeah. Robert Horry is a better basketball player than LeBron James.
If you want to use the championship argument, but that's not
Exactly.
That's not a fair argument. Just because you won titles, again, David Carr has two Super Bowl rings as a backup.
And Trent Dilfer has one as a fucking starter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fact.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. And Rex Grossman almost got one, too.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, anyways, I think that it's time that we start giving Drew Brees the recognition that he deserves.
I'm with you on that one. I've always given him the recognition. I don't give a shit about how tall he is.
Do you know who doesn't get recognition? They don't deserve it? Me with my picks.
That's because you need to stop making outlandish picks.
Tony and Dan Beebe tied this week 7-3. Good job, guys. Dan O'Shea went 6-4, and I went 3-7. More importantly, I know everyone's wondering. Yes, Shaker High School did win.
Everyone was waiting with bated breath.
Shaker did complete an undefeated regular season and will go on to the playoffs. Go Blue Bison. Anyways, so gentlemen, have you guys decided how it is that we're going to break up these games?
We didn't discuss it at all.
Didn't discuss it at all.
Do 3 college and 2 NFL.
Okay. I will do the others.
Okay. So, let me just update the regular season. The regular season. The
Season pick.
overall season. Dan O'Shea still in the lead, 45-28-2. Dan Beebe, 41-32-2. Tony, 40-33-2. Me, 33-40-2. Not doing well, guys.
Yeah, JD Martinez!
Oh, he's out.
You beautiful Cuban son of a bitch!
I'm sorry, did I hear you beautiful Cuban sandwich?
Son of a bitch.
Oh, okay.
His
All right.
family from Cuba.
Oh, that's fun.
That's why they tried to, you know how like athletes like in famous people are coming back with their tweets that they said things
Yeah.
that like a while ago, and they're like, "Oh, that's super offensive."